On the complete other end of the spectrum, I chose to look at a more charitable based brand, namely homelessness. The goal being to create awareness on a more personal level within communities. Homelessness is something which we all too often are ignorant about. We're just not aware of the very reality of it all. Or maybe we are, we just choose to ignore it. It could never happen to us. Across the board, and me personally, I do have a tendency to associate homelessness with people who are addicts. It's self-inflicted. They've made the wrong choices and that's why they've wound up the way that they have. Looking further into it, the main cause of homelessness is through relationship breakdown, not necessarily self-inflicted, and I felt that this was an important aspect to bring to light. I wanted to draw attention to the person, to the individual, in particular the person that they were prior to their being homeless and who they have the potential to become again. I considered this idea of how, as the general public, we do have a tendency of labelling homeless people as being a certain person, and took this to be the foundation and the basis of the campaign through the use of physical labels. So there's a man standing in a room and he's approached by different people with stickers, and on the labels is written different things such as dad, assistant manager, employer, employee, husband, neighbour, friend, lawyer, etc. And so he's covered in these labels, and then a hand reaches out and strips them all from him and replaced with one big one that the caption is homeless. I did feel that this portrayed the concept of homelessness not necessarily being self-inflicted, that sometimes it is out of their control, and I felt that it did depict what kind of people they were prior to their becoming homeless, which I've never particularly seen within a charitable ad campaign before, and felt that there was a huge potential and scope across a variety of medias to play with, not just the traditional sort of television, radio and posters. Not only did I want to depict the public's perception of the homeless, but the homeless's perception of the world and how that changes alike, and I've given different examples within the application, all being part of the Place to Call Home campaign. My aim is to change perceptions, opens people's eyes to the reality that is homelessness through the concept of labelling as we have labelled them.